just tell them things are cool.
Hello, welcome to the Chatting with Dr. Stevel show. I'm your host, Dr. Stevel. And today's guest is the host of Rat G TV. Rat G TV?
You got it.
Ryan or Zeus Fleming?
It is I, Ryan Zeus Fleming from Ratchy TV. As I turn my phone down, what a profession. See, I'm so new at this. I don't know to turn all my other stuff down first before I come on one of these shows. No, yeah, I have a page, Ratchy TV. You can see it there. Myself and my buddy, the Welland Wignut, Steve Lambert. We've been doing it. Shit, he's been my partner since 2015 or so, and I think the page has been around since 2011. And yeah, it's fun. We have a lot of fun on the page. We've lucked out and gotten some great interviews with some actors and stuff over the years, and been really, really excited with a lot of the stuff that happens there. And that's how you and I got to meet. Actually, I'm not sure if we met through Ratchy TV or if I just met you through Comic Cons before we were even doing Ratchy.
I probably saw you going around doing interviews at Comic Cons. That's where we met. Then you invited me on your show, which was at Brock University.
Well, it was actually on 103.7 FM. It was for Brock University, though. But yeah. But I also hired you for a gig. The first time, I think, is when I hired you, Jason Agnew, and we brought you out to the Welland Rose Festival, and you walked in the parade and got sunstroke, and yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He hired me to go to march in the Welland Parade as Dr. Evil. And of course, with this beautiful bald head right here. And me, thinking nothing's going to hurt me. I go out there without sunscreen. And I have no float, no covering. So I'm walking through the whole parade. And I'm red. It's like, okay, yeah, no problem. That's cool. But then a few days later, it starts peeling. And I look like I'm some sort of nuclear victim, like all peeling. So I couldn't do Steve for a while. Because everything's just like all peeling. It looked all gross.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not only did I not pay you for the appearance. No, we did pay you, actually. Didn't we?
No, you didn't.
I think we paid you. No?
Yeah, well, paid me some compliments.
Oh, well, I'm great at those. You look fantastic, sir, by the way. I'm loving the fedora. I'm loving the dark universe, Dr. Stevel. The dark mirrorverse. You always have to have the evil goatee, right?
Or does this mean that I'm good or bad now?
If you are the dark mirrorverse of Dr. Stevel and you were already evil, I don't know if that make you good or make you even more evil.
Is that possible?
I don't know. Because evil could be a pretty evil son of a you-know-what.
Oh, I can be. The thing is, when I do my accent, I don't curse. But when I don't have it, everyone knows I curse like a truck or fire or truck driver, not a truck. I don't
know. Story of my life. I don't know if anybody from my page is watching this at all or not, but I just have to point out that I am so happy we found out who the culprit is. Who's been spying on me from my house? It is Dr. Stevel. You've been staring in during all our interviews with all my.
That's right, and this was the background that anyone who's watching from Ryan's show or Zeus's show. This is the background that he's been seeing this entire time.
Yeah, it tripped us out so bad. Like I was legit. Everybody here, even Steven, neither one of us are superstitious or think of ghosts or anything like that, or even really big into conspiracy theorists and things like that. But we're like, oh my God, if we're able to see into somebody's house somehow, I'm like, they got to be able to look into ours too.
That's right. So I've got a few people watching. Anybody that's watching, can you comment? If you're on the Stevel page, I won't be able to read your comments, and I do want to read them and share them with Ryan. Oh, there's a happy face. But tune into the chat. Go on Facebook, Chatting with Dr. Stevel, as you can see right here on the blue bar. And then I can see your comments. And, we got 2 already. Karen Jang. Hi, guys.
Hi, Karen.
And Kathleen Kimberly Horton.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God, it's the living room.
I told you he's evil. I told you, blew my mind. No, I can't believe it. So no, what it really is what Steve was he let me in on. It's actually the green screen, one of the presets for the green screen. So I've actually changed my background. Can I show the folks what my background is now?
Yeah.
So my green screen is now a picture of Barack Obama, a young Barack. But yeah, which is crazy.
Go back to my dark one. There you go.
And I can't even do that on mine.
That's because you need a green screen behind you.
I have a
See?
blue one. I have a blue one that's not lit up. Oh, nice. I should hang mine up just so I could drop it when I need to.
I know, right? Isn't this
Drop
cool?
it like it's hot. That is, you are wearing Harry Potter's cloak of invisibility.
I do. I stole it. I skinned him, and now it's up on my back.
Whoa.
Right.
Wait. It was just a cloak. You just had to take it off. You didn't have to skin him for it.
Oopsie.
Wow.
Hello from Mark Ambu Miller.
What's up, Mark? How you doing? Mark, a big wrestling fan. He's seen you at the Crossfire shows. He was one of the regulars there. Hangs out at Bordertown now a lot as well.
Bordertown, okay. We have Chris Drysdale. Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's to you as well, Chris.
Happy New Year's.
Mark says it's awesome. I'm not sure if he's talking about both of our heads matching, looking like twins. Thank you, Mark. Kathleen, that makes more sense than your high analogies.
Yeah, we probably had a few too many smokables that day. What was New Year's Eve? And that was the first time we saw it, and it was quite crazy. I'm sorry.
Jack Bookman. Hey, Doc. What's up, buddy? Long time no see. What's up, Jack? Hope you're doing well. Jack was always a person with a lot of energy when you talk to him.
Nice. Well, hi, Jack. How are you? I hope you're having an energetic 2021.
For sure.
The background. Yes. I can't change mine.
I just get a green screen, man. Just steal it.
Well, like I said, I've got one. It's hanging on the other side of my room, though. But I never thought I could just have it as a drop down here, and then I don't have to switch sides of studios.
Right? Like I can go from here to that haunted living room that scared you all, or I can go, I can even get the Justice League here. Check this out. The Hall of Justice. You want to see that, baby?
I do.
Boom.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, Dr. Stevel had completed his evil plans to thwart Superman and his super.
And right here behind me, you see a match with John Cena and Batista happening right now.
Oh, no way. Is that involved?
Yeah, can't see him.
I get it. Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Took me a second. I'm more interested. I'm like, oh, I think I recognize that wrestling company.
Right?
Yeah.
You recently hosted a live virtual or Zeus virtual New Year's Eve party a couple days ago.
Yeah, I did. So I've had this new producer that's been working with us lately, Jordan James Gascon. I always throw the French accent on there. I don't know why.
Because he's Gascon.
Because he is French.
Is it Gascon or Gaston? It's like, hi there.
Gascon.
Okay.
But yeah, and we've been doing a lot of work together lately, and I think it was like last Friday, we were like, oh, what would be funny if we did like a live New Year's Eve show, and we're just kind of joking about it. And then next thing I know, like it's 4 days later, neither one of us has had much sleep, him much less than I have. And we've got entire scripts, rundowns of times. Okay, so this segment's going to run this long. This next person's going to come on here. His girlfriend was here. She was doing floor managing, so she was giving us 30-second cue, 15, stuff like that, telling us to, wrap it up or stretch it out. It was the closest I've seen to a legit live studio, like I've been doing for the last couple of years at school. So it was neat to see that what we could do on 5 days. Like legit. And I keep saying we, and honestly, I'm basically the guy that comes on and talks in front of the camera and just like, hey, and maybe come up. I'm like a guy, hey, I've got an idea. Can we do this? And I've got an idea. Jordan, can you do it? Sort of thing. And then the last few days, we did get a crew on. So our buddy Rob Goldie, he helped out. Josh
Rob, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Josh Flavel, first-year broadcasting student at Niagara. And then we had Brandon Kosic and Jacob Campbell as well help out. And they've got their own production company and they're third-year film students. So, they all helped out. And we were able to pull off this, what I thought, the live show I thought was great. When you watch it back now, there's some issues because we had some copyright issues. So I think if you watch it back now, Jordan's voice is like muted almost for the whole thing, which is weird. But at the time, it was really good and on 5 days' notice. So we're talking about doing a autism fundraiser, like I did a few years ago, and doing that again 4 months' time from now, and see what we can do with 4 months. But this time we'll get some sponsors to help us, pay for better studio stuff and make sure, everything's good. And, and this time I want to be able to, the guys that have helped me, I want to be able to pay them too. Right. Like this is fun, but it was stressful as fuck. And oh, sorry. I swear a lot. I'm Canadian.
It's not like at Brock where they're going to kick you out every time I swear on your show.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. That's the reason why I didn't have that show very long. Well, one of the reasons.
Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I just, they should be rewarded for their hard work and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm not much worried about even me getting paid. If I get paid, and any money I get is just going to go to, more studio equipment. But because I already get that. So I'm all right there. That was another thing. We had two sponsors for the show. So we had DocNet, which is an internet and phone company, sponsor us. They're always the Rat GTV sponsor. DocNet.com, go give them a shout. They're all across Canada. And we had Weed World Niagara. Of
course.
Right. And they here's one of the prizes right here that I'm waiting for Greg to come pick up. And it's his
I'm Greg.
Sour Keys, premium edibles.
Ooh, I'm Greg. No. You have to explain this. There's a guy called Mark Moorhan, and he's saying because your Australian accent is bad. Let's hear it.
Listen, my Aussie accent's not that bad. They just like to say it's that bad because they're all jelly.
Jelly.
Isn't
jelly a British? They're jelly of me because I went to uni.
Aussies, we all, British Commonwealth. I know now. I went from Australia to like just straight northern England. I know. I'm gonna start dropping gloves.
Mark Monahan, I agree with you. It is. Yeah, you need work, Ryan. Don't.
What?
Good day, mate. It's not right.
Mine was better than yours was. Listen, I could have been at Unsworth.
That's freaky. I'm sorry,
Unsworth, brother.
Now, you. Now, Ryan, you at the ripe age of 20 as you are, you've gone back to school.
Yeah. Ripe age of 20 for the second time plus 5 years. I went back to school a couple years ago.
Crikey.
Crikey, indeed. Yeah, I went back and took broadcasting for radio, film, and television. Focus on radio and TV. I'm liking it. I'm heading into my last semester right now. The whole thing with me going back was but my whole dream was to get my internship and have it out west somewhere out in BC because I just always had a calling. Like I've always felt like that's where I should be.
There's less snow there, so you definitely want to go there.
Well, there's that too. People like that.
Or why don't you go to Australia? You've already got the accent down, right?
Listen, I get invited there quite often, but I ain't going there because everything wants to kill you. And I don't have a Bowie knife. See, my Aussie accent's not horrible. I think Mel Gibson would like it. He would approve. Hugh Jackman, you know what? If he doesn't approve, I didn't approve of your Wolverine. So, I went back to college and heading into the last year. Vancouver's not in the cards though because with COVID, they're not really too willing to be taking too many people from out west or from out east. So, and they don't really know what's happening. So it's kind of put a damper on some things, but I did get internship here. So I start at CHCH in February. So
Karen Jennings says BC is the best. I went to school there. I took media broadcast at BCIT. It turned out okay, but apparently everyone likes BCIT on your resume if you're from out west. Over here, it's like, yeah, who cares? We got tons of schools.
yeah, I could see that. And I'm
How's
hoping
it like going back to school at your mature age?
I mean,
Different.
there's a lot of different things, but the way I've always kind of looked at life is we're all kind of the same. We all have the same insecurities. The shit doesn't change the older you get. I think we just learn to fake it better the older we get. But all the stuff that I would say I had perspective that a lot of them didn't have because I'd been to college before and I'd been through that portion of life before. Things are different now than they were there. They have their own different challenges that we didn't have, like cyberbullying and shit like that. And like bullying never goes away, but I don't know. I don't know. For the most part, I just treated it like it was a profession. At this age, like I worked construction the last 8-10 years, and you work a factory job as well. And just as well, like you're going to have coworkers that are going to be 19 years old or 20 years younger than you. And you don't treat you treat them as the young guy, but you still welcome them in and they're just part of the team. And that's kind of the way I looked at it. I tried not to look at it as, like I know any better than they do, because honestly, they have, what did we learn when we were in high school? Like we were just getting computer class,
I
like
kind of had the opposite problem from you because I was not only was I an older student coming back, but I was away overseas for all this time. So when I came back, everybody there, just like all the new people coming out of high school and stuff, knew tons about computers, and I just like still didn't know how to turn mine on. And I felt really dumb compared to all these guys, even though I've got other experience. I've took animation and I've created videos and stuff. I just was like, I was so humble. It's like, I don't know computers. You guys are all gonna laugh at me. All these insecurities came back, that.
Dude, I get those too. Trust me, especially when I look at, and I think it depends on your discipline, on what you're doing in there. Like, cause like I said, we have three kind of focuses between film, radio, and television. But then when you break that down, there's also presentation and production side. And you're going to have those kids like there's, and I hate even saying kid. I say kids all the time, but I refer to myself as one of the kids, right? So it's not a slam against them. I just, another term as a student. But you're going to find these ones that are just really great at what they do, and they're going to dwarf you in their capabilities. Like the production kids there just run circles around me. And I was already out because I went from a keyboarding class in grade 9 to computer class in grade 10. So I felt pretty proficient in computers already. I worked tech support for Apple for a couple of years. I'm not a whiz on the computer, but I felt pretty proficient. I get in there and these kids make me feel like I was a third grader, or a caveman who just, knows how to start a fire and seeing somebody with a lighter. That's how I felt. I was like, oh my God, how do you do that? What God did you pray to make that happen? We all get that, but then you got to try to remember, though, at least that's what I try to do, is that they're all going through their own shit too. Like every single one of them is all feeling some kind of insecurity like we are. Like even a lot of them are always like, oh, you got everything all together. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like crumbling inside here. Like if somebody was to stick a pin in me, I would like deflate in a second, but that's fake it till you make it,
You hide it well, man. You're totally hide it well. There's a gentleman just wants to say hello, Dr. Steve-O. He's a friend of mine. You know what he looks like?
Johnny D. Miller.
Colonel Sanders.
Like Colonel Sanders. He doesn't look like Mario Lopez, though.
No comprende, amigo.
You didn't see that? KFC
No.
released a Lifetime movie about Colonel Sanders, like a real movie.
Really?
And it's starring Mario Lopez, and he's like, Colonel Sanders he's sleeveless, and it's so you're gonna have to look
Really,
at.
that reminds me of Dolph Ziggler when he was doing the Colonel Sanders. He was like sleeveless.
Yeah, just like that, except for now it's an actual movie. So
Oh, I'm gonna look forward to watching that. And Johnny, there's a movie about you. You'll have to review it and let us know how it is. Now, here's a favorite guy of mine called Gramazing Reed.
Gramazing. That's a gramazing name you've got there. I'm sure
Right?
you've never heard that before.
Um, yeah, he's actually a wizard. I can't say magician, otherwise he'll zap me. He was on my Christmas show, and I've had him interviewed a few times. He's a fantastic guy. Virtual magic too. He's taken his show virtual, and
Oh,
he's
smart.
amazing at it.
Nice. Have to get him on Rat
Just
G
recently,
sometime.
we had him on the Vicious Circle podcast, and he was doing magic with Sid Vicious,
Like Sid Vicious.
Sid
Like,
Udy, the wrestler.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
the
and it
most
was funny
prolific
trying to watch
break
Sid
of all time.
pretend. Yeah, it's funny trying to watch Sid pretend, like open a pack of like virtual cards and pretend he's pulling stuff out with his huge hands. I was just dying of laughter watching him participate in this.
That's awesome. That's great.
Dead meat, you are. I guess that's Johnny. I think you said something. And I will make you into gravy. Yeah, you don't want to mess with the Colonel, man. He's very
I'm
focused.
wondering if are these lines from the movie, because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the Colonel Sanders movie. KFC's been doing a lot of things lately, though. They've got that movie with Mario Lopez, and did you see they just released a video game console that also warms chicken?
Warms chicken.
It's a real thing, I swear to you.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what this is, but a pretty funny recipe for seduction.
That's
Is
the
that one of the
movie.
KFC?
That's the movie. That's the name of the
Okay,
movie.
a recipe for seduction. I will watch that. It'll be going on my watch list.
Yeah.
And you too, Johnny. You can tell us what it's all about. I'll interview you, and you can tell me the Colonel.
Get the Colonel's secret review.
His point of view.
I love
Dr.
it.
Steve, the show was awesome. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Well, thank you, Chris. I guess he's one of the two people that saw my Christmas show. Great.
Well, it was Christmas. I think we were doing a Christmas show that night too.
That's okay. I pre-did it. The same thing happened with your idea for the show. I just wanted I want to interview my buddy Gramazing. I said, like, everyone loved your show. You're a magician. I want to interview you again. He says, how about doing a Christmas special? I go, a Steve Christmas special. Like, I don't have time. I'm working. I'll edit it. You just get the talent. So you edit it?
That's what I
Sweet.
always say. I know.
So I just went out and got talent, and then we kind of all got together and filmed live. And we just had so much fun filming it that we forgot we're actually doing stuff.
See, that's the best though. I mean, it sucks for the editor.
Yeah.
It sucks for the editor so bad, but
he claims to be a technical wizard as well as a virtual wizard.
hey, you know what? There are very many mages out there when it comes to this stuff. And honestly, that's almost where you have to evolve to be now. You have to be able to do what we do and then be able to edit the stuff too. And yeah, I'm trying to be that old dog learning that new trick, but I'm also pretty happy I've got a few good friends to help out with school. And that's another thing too, school helped out with was networking, right?
Yeah, totally.
So
I turned out during my class to be that cranky old man. So, it's like, get off my lawn. That's my camera. Get away from me. I don't want to play with you guys. I'm angry and nasty.
yeah.
I took it too serious. So I just kind of I just want to learn stuff. Technical. I didn't want to be in group projects.
Yeah.
Because I was doing groups all overseas the entire time. Like, I just want to learn shit. But it's like, nah, you got to be in project. You got to okay, you're not the director, Steve. Your job is just to pull cable. So it's like, I disagree with something. It's like, keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Not my show. It's my job. And then when I got to be director, everyone else wanted to do the same thing. No, that's a bad idea. I got the idea. It's like, oh, geez.
Oh, I know. Well, and that's what
Stay in your lane.
That is one thing that I do find frustrating is, and I try not to, and it's so hard. And I think with quarantine, we have a lot of time for self-reflection. And one of the things that I reflect back on a lot is like me trying not to get angry at people for not thinking the same thoughts I'm thinking. Like when like you're saying there, like I'm gonna stay in my lane and not rock the boat and do it the right way, like because that's the way we were raised. Like back in the day, if you went on a set and you were a gaffer or you were late or you were a sound, even if you were an actor who was just an extra, like you weren't the top of the call sheet, you kept your fucking mouth shut. And that was it. You waited your turn till you got up, until someone said, "Hey, what do you think?" Because that's what would happen. And then you wait for that time and you'd say it. But nowadays it seems to be, and I shouldn't say everyone because I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I'm doing, sorry again, but I do.
There were a few people that always wanted to be the boss. They always want to be on top, and their opinion always mattered. Like I stayed in my lane when it was my turn to not be up there. I expected the same from everyone else, but sadly that didn't happen.
Yeah, and that's rough. It's hard to deal with because I find that even with my show. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Steve had to learn nicely
how to play with others. He did. He invented a fucking. This is water. I swear to God, this is water. Maybe that's the problem. I was just gonna say I wanted to say sharks with fricking lasers, but I'm far too Canadian to keep it to just fricking.
Fricking yeah.
Hey, huh?
Sharks with fricking lasers. Ooh.
See. Cheers. Cheers to the Vikings having another losing season.
We're not doing this. Jeez.
But yeah.
Oh, that magician guy, this is his thing. He's got a starfish badge, which really bugs me when he says that because I just think dirty shit. Starfish badge in mind reading, a black belt in card tricks, and a gold star sticker in TV broadcasting. Okay, yeah.
Fantastic. Sounds like
the starfish thing, just like.
Yeah. Well, hey man, I'm gonna assume that's pretty high on the hierarchy of badges.
I think so.
Yeah. Right above the fox's tail.
Pretty well, man. It's just no, kind of like when you go onto your show, like Ryan's All Things Geek, I get those little I'm a top viewer of your page.
And those are the craziest things because I have no control over who gets a top fan. But I just realized recently, and I haven't even I've never taken a badge away from anyone because I didn't think you could. But I just realized you actually can.
You can take away the top five.
Get them away. So I have some.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've got to activate mine. I don't want to because I think it's silly. It's like I don't want a badge with this. I mean,
And what does that even mean? Like, and the weirdest thing, they were giving out to the weirdest people. Like you said, we've had this page going since like 2011, and people that had been on the page for like a day or two were getting top fan, and then people that have been supporting since day one and always commenting nothing. Still to this day, I don't think Lou Hoffman has got one. So, which is just crazy.
He probably said, "No, I don't want to be part of your show." Yeah, no.
He's been a good fan, man. I think he's been around since day one. When Patreon first started, we tried to do a Patreon page, and he was like the first person to jump on that. Then I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get the money. I had no idea how to figure out to get the money, so I canceled it all and sent it back to him. But yeah, man, we've had some good fans over the years, and like I've got a lot of great Facebook friends that I've met from the page from all the years of support and stuff.
You've got some fans and friends in Australia. Where else?
Oh my gosh, where do we have fans? We have fans. Well, okay, so Australia is a major portion of it. We got some in New Zealand, Morocco. We got a couple. California, quite across the states. Mostly California and New York State. I've a lot in England. A lot of England. I see a little bit of not Russia, but up around kind of that area, but not too often.
It's because they do not understand your humor. It's like, hey, look, a guy, he laughs and says Superman stuff. Yay! My Little Pony. I like this show. Yay! It's great. There's some more vodka. It's nice.
Yeah, tavarish. I had this
Karen asks, Zeus.
Oh, go ahead. Zeus
she goes, Zeus, Fleming, Ryan, are you going to be able to watch the video of your classmates' bait about you, or did she miss it?
We posted the documentary that they made about me. Yeah, so the school made a document. The third year film students made a documentary for their final project.
About you?
Yeah, just
Oh, cool.
yeah, it was all right. But so they shared it with me and told me I could share it, but then we hadn't gotten the copyrights back for the music yet. So we have to wait until, I'm assuming, once we go back to school or a few days. But I had to pull them all. I had to pull it all off of all the different social media. So it will be back up there. It's only 15 minutes long.
So it's about you. What was it about you going back to school, or being a dad back in school, or
all of it? Me going back to school, what it's like. Chasing a dream, seeing if lightning will. It's called Lightning Strikes Twice. The Zeus story, and and then yeah, they followed me to London. We went and visited with my oldest daughter. Yeah, it was nice. It was really good. There's even one part where they get me to I break down and start bawling like a baby. So, but
did you have to do that, or you did it yourself?
No, I did it myself. It's a weird moment. I don't want to give too much away for people who haven't seen it or anything like that. But basically, they just asked me what I thought about my fans on Ryan's All Things Geek, and I just yeah. And then I'm crying, and the worst thing is I was crying. And I'm like, oh, I'm being such an idiot. And I'm when you get to that moment, you're trying to rein it in, and then I started thinking, I'm like, I was just talking on camera about my family, my children, who I love more than anything in the world, and I didn't tear up once. And then that started to make me just start crying even more. So it was, yeah.
So that's awesome. Your family means nothing to you, but your fans that you've never met do. So it's great.
Yeah,
good to know. Now, Chris, hey, if you've got a way, you want to find a way to pay your people helping you, Chris has got a good idea. Get a swear jar for every time you swear.
Listen, I would do that, but I'd be dipping into it all the time, so I wouldn't actually have any money at the end of the year. I'd be like, oh, hey, I need $1 for another.
Good idea, Chris.
I need $1. Yeah. I need $1 to throw in the swear jar. That would be my. Yeah, but I've been good since that last one.
Except for today, right? Yep. Does that count? Does it?
No, I didn't say a word.
Wait. Did you see my cool cup?
I did. I love that. That's some good merch.
And look what's in here. Oh,
see, I'm not the only one.
I didn't say nothing.
Right. So what about you? What's 2021 looking like for Dr. Steve-O?
2021 started. It's fantastic. I've got you as my first guest of the year.
Yeah.
Hoorah!
Bringing the thunder.
Yeah. Starting off with lightning, man. It just struck. Boom.
Right.
So yeah, it's a good start. I got a couple more shows coming up. Got one on Monday with Bonnie Kilroe. She's a celebrity impersonator. Nice. She performed on my show as Dolly Parton. So you can
nice little Dollywood action.
Yeah, she is a fantastic entertainer, and I want to find out how she got there and how things have been since this COVID-19 thing happening. And I'm trying to get a few more guests lined up because I have time now that I'm laid off work, so I can do what I enjoy doing, talking to you guys, finding out what makes you all tick, and hopefully get a little laugh in here and there.
Well, hey, we're always laughing.
Now, there's something I want you to explain to me. I'm going to show this little video. All right?
All right. Oh! Two. Oh! It's going to come. Oh! Oh!
Felt good. Felt really good.
It's like a massage. Deep tissue. What's that?
I mean, that is dedication to my fans. That is what that is. That is how much I love my fans. And what I do for them is I'm willing to let large athletes beat the tar out of me. And I got no bias, no gender bias. You saw I was equal opportunity. The ladies and the men both were beating on me there. And Yeah, yeah, that was.
And Tyson Dukes hit you so hard that you shook the entire studio.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's what happens there. I mean, Tyson Dukes is not only one of the coolest guys in all of wrestling, but like one of the coolest like people I've ever met. But that dude, oh my God, is powerful. Now you saw us there. Like I'm a little bit taller than him, a little bit bigger than him, and he knocked me back like I'm nothing. So,
Did you
and
see his guns?
oh,
Whoa.
I know. The guy's crazy. He doubled as Chris Benoit in Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you know that episode with Jericho. Yeah.
I did not know that. That's amazing. Way to go, Tyson Dukes. Hats off to you. Oh, you need more whoa. Woo.
Woo!
There you go.
There you go. I'm always,
Oh, you know Rage, right?
Rob Rage.
Yeah, I had him on my show because he doubled as
Oh,
Animal, as Hawk, and Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
In
exactly.
Dark Side of the Ring. Now, I chatted with him recently, and he just said he just finished filming another episode of Dark Side. I never asked him what it is because he's going to keep quiet, but we got more coming out, and look
Yeah.
forward to seeing Rage up there.
This show's been awesome. Like I love watching it, and like I always tell like any company, like because I work with a few different companies now, and every company I work for, I'm just like, listen, honestly, and you probably hate to hear it, but I'm a mark. Like I'm a mark first. I'm like I don't really want to know too much about storylines, anything like that. I want to be in the moment, sort of thing. But I'm like, yeah, first and foremost, I'm just a big fan, and to see guys that we work with right now getting to at least get to this stage, and to portray some of their idols. Say what you say you want about Chris Benoit, but leading up to when he lost it, he was always regarded as a great family man and a good man in the business, and someone
Absolutely.
that everyone was told to look up to. And I think I'm purely speculating here. I have no idea, but I would have to assume for someone like Tyson Dukes, who's a technical wizard, it must have been somewhat of an honor to at least portray that part of him.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Benoit in the ring was phenomenal to watch. Um, he kind of lacked the X factor for mic skills and whatnot,
Yeah,
but
the
they
promo.
kind of made up for it
Mm-hmm.
with his skills. And yeah, way to go, Tyson Dukes. I am happy for him. Just like I'm happy for Rage that he got to play a few characters, like especially Hawk,
Yeah. Well, man, that and then playing on.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I won't say the greatest wrestler of all time, but I will say the most influential the most important wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
is Hulk Hogan by far. I don't think there's ever been a more important wrestler in history because he's what brought it to the forefront, and people
he knew how to work the crowd.
Real, and they didn't care.
Right? He worked the crowd. He knew how to do it big time. Right? He got a reaction every time, whether he was a face or a heel. He knew how to get a reaction. That guy was amazing.
Yeah,
that way.
Which is all you really look for in this business is look for that reaction, look for that pop of some sort, whether it's negative or positive. You just want that crowd to react, and if you're a performer that can do that, I don't care what stage it is, wrestling, theater, movies, rock band, whatever, you're going to excel.
Right. Now, I've noticed that you've had a lot more interviews with wrestlers, but that's only a fraction of the chops. Did every wrestler chop you?
No. I haven't been chopped by every wrestler. I haven't done a wrestling interview in a while, but there are some that are missing there. Like, I've taken some sweet chin musics, from a couple people. I've taken a super kick from Eazy-E, Eric Carney. I've taken another one from Mantis. I took that when I was working at Giant. Took that one on.
What about Congo Kong?
Congo Kong, nothing. Thankfully, I think he was my first interview I did, but it was an audio, so I wasn't doing video podcast yet. So,
Ben Hameen?
no.
Flat to the face?
I'm not sure if I've ever interviewed Ben. Tell you the truth.
I looked on your YouTube page, and you're interviewing him. You're talking to him.
Okay. I just know I've talked with him a lot, so I didn't know if I've ever actually had. Oh, that's right. We did a little 5-minute Facebook Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I tried to record something that I'd actually give him $2 or $5 to slap you, but you wouldn't go for it for some reason.
No. His hands are larger than my head, and I have a big head. Just saying.
You do, yeah.
And I'm not just talking the conceit part either.
Chris Drysdale asks, did you see the awesome show AEW did for Brody Lee?
I saw the first half of it, and I watched after they went on off the air, the little tribute they did with Brody's son, his wife. That choked me up. That choked me up pretty bad. I like AEW. I don't know. I just can't.
It's just missing that X factor.
You know what I kind of think it is? I kind of find a lot of the stuff they said they stood against, they do. And I find that the stuff that they said they stood against, they do more than Vince does. You know, like they complain about the gimmicks and stuff. And then some of their gimmicks are like really, really close to 80s style gimmicks. And then they talk about, you know, they would be all over about the Fed for rolling out all these old wrestlers and stuff to come out and do a spot or do a promo. And I'm like, Arn Anderson, Jake the Snake Roberts. I mean,
Mark Henry.
No, you know, everybody keeps showing up on AEW though. I'm talking about like everyone that's on their permanent roster, Dustin Rhodes, DDP. I mean, like, I'm just not a fan of anybody, no matter what medium it is, when they say, hey, don't do this, and then they do that. And I understand changing your mind and realizing, oh, hey, maybe this is where the money's at, and then just own that. That's all. Be like, oh shit, we were wrong. We're just trying to give the fans what the fans want. That's what I would like to hear. Because I think that's why Disney makes so much money, is because they do fan service.
Crossfire used to do that when they first got started. They would get in a big name and it would like sell out. But the talent there just got so phenomenal that they stopped doing that because they didn't need it. Yeah. They got your like regulars like Cody Deaner, who can, you know, he can wake up a funeral home. That guy is just amazing.
Yeah, he's the John Cena of the Canadian indie circuit. Like for real. Like fans love him, and yeah, he's just got that. He's got that reputation with the locker room, you know, just a straight up guy. So yeah, I love Cody.
He's also helped solve a few problems. When I was supposed to be managing and they're trying to find a spot for me, but it's like, we need a reason for my character to do it. Cody Deaner, man, we go to him, blah, blah, blah. He comes up with something, a couple seconds, and boom.
Yeah.
He's definitely a locker room general.
Yeah, and he's a student of the game though, too, right? Like he understands the psychology like way beyond anything I would ever know, you know. I sit back there sometimes and listen to just like him and any of the wrestlers talk about how they're planning out stories, like, and they're not talking about matches, they're talking about telling a story in there, and to me that's pretty great, especially when a lot of it comes up. You got to think they're doing on the fly, and I don't mean in the ring. I mean before the match goes, they're like, all right, hey, this is what we want to do. Promoters looking for this finish. This is how we're going to get there, and then they figure that out. And that's pretty awesome. It takes a lot of talent and a lot more brains than they're given credit for.
Agreed. I didn't really know what telling stories meant until just recently when I, took part in a little bit, and then watching Cody and everyone else is like, what they are telling a story, which is awesome. And it makes sense too, what's happening.
And people are always like, it's never about who wins or loses in wrestling.
No,
it's who gets over. You can get over by losing. Like you could, Stone Cold Steve Austin, arguably the most popular wrestler of all time. The moment that guy went over was when he lost.
Right.
When he lost to Bret Hart, the blood coming down his face, and he's refusing to tap out to the sharpshooter, and he just passes out in a pool of his own blood. Like that made the rattlesnake at that point. Like we all look back at the King of the Ring for when he said the Jake the Snake Roberts thing, and 316 says I kicked your butt. Yeah. Your ass. That wasn't the moment. That was the moment that saying took hold. But when he became, the badass or whatever, that it was that moment when he lost. And that's like the perfect example of losing putting you over. You don't need to win. You just got to be the best guy in there for the fans. the fans like that, then you're golden.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking to Sid Vicious, right? There's one moment where I guess he was accused of doing something, and then he came in and they said, all right, we're going to punish you and you're going to lose to Luger in about 10 seconds. And it's like, well, I still get paid, right? Okay.
Sorry, just give me 1 second. My phone's just blowing up, and I hate to do that. I just want to tell them I'm in an interview. It's my
Okay.
boss. I wouldn't say, or I wouldn't even answer it if it wasn't my boss.
Your boss? Oh, your boss? Work boss?
Yeah, one of them.
Or
Frank.
movie boss? One of them? Jeez, dude.
Frank, the wrestling boss. One of the 3 wrestling bosses.
Wrestling? Holy crap.
Yeah, so
I'm impressed. I mean,
Crossfire. I do play-by-play for Crossfire, and I do play-by-play for CWF as well. And then when they get back, Revolution, which is the all-female up in.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing play-by-play for that?
Yep. So
good job, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I like doing it. I have fun doing it, and
you're good at it because I've listened to you while I'm around the ring filming, man. I mean, you got that talent. I'm envious of you because I was given the opportunity to do it once while it was recording, and I'm just sitting there with Priest, and I'm like, oh, that was nice. He did that. I hate that guy.
The worst is I don't know a lot of the move names, so a lot of times I'm just like, oh, he took his head off, and I just wait for whoever's play-by-play or the color commentary, usually because it's usually a wrestler, and they'll call the name out. So, but
that's awesome.
But when it's me and Chuck, Chuck, him and I got great chemistry though. Like I'm lucky, I got a lot of good partners that I work with. He's really good, and I've worked with Easy E over at Crossfire, and he's that guy's fucking brilliant. That guy's brilliant when it comes to
Easy E.
Yeah, Eric Carney.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Crossfire? I thought Chuck was at Crossfire.
No. I said CWF. Sorry, CWF guy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, there's one story that you told me, which I think is quite funny. You're at Niagara Falls Comic Con, and you got to host the wrestling reunion.
Yeah. I've hosted many wrestling panels.
So this one, you almost got Steve Lombardi upset at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is one where I met Jake the Snake Roberts, as well as Cowboy Bob Orton and the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi. Anyone who hasn't watched wrestling from that era, what I loved about wrestling back then was the fact that when you watch wrestling every week, there were squash matches. Like, you never saw anybody in trouble. It was always like Barry Horowitz getting his ass whooped, or the Brooklyn Brawler, or whoever. All these, they were referred to from the fans as jobbers, and throughout the years, because they would come in just to do the job of selling the other guy over. But in the industry, that's a no-no to say that to people. And I'm up there doing my introductions, and I've got a kind of an intro for everybody. And I was like, the master of the cast, Cowboy Bob Orton. And I was getting ready to say Jake the Snake Roberts was next in line. And I'm like, oh, here comes the master of the DDT. I'm getting ready to say. And I say, here comes the master of, and he pushes the Brooklyn Brawler forward. And I panicked. And the first thing to come out of my mouth was the master of the jobbers.
Oh.
To be fair, I said he was the greatest out of all of them. I'm just saying. But oh my God, I took heat, like large heat from that. He stared me down the entire time. We had words multiple times throughout the weekend where he's like, oh, people keep coming up and asking me why you disrespected me like that on stage. And I'm like, oh my God, I really didn't mean to. And I tried to explain to him what happened. I'm like, oh, it's because Jake pushed you forward and I just panicked. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean any disrespect. So then I see him on the Sunday, and he's like, listen, I was talking to Jake and I told him how you said that it was his fault. He's not too happy with you either. It's wrestling as well, and wrestlers are notorious ribbers as well. So I have no idea if he was just ribbing me this entire time. I know Jake is like that, and Jake could have been ribbing me and ribbing us both. But I've heard stories about Steve, and I heard that he gets hot very easily, and he was probably really hot at that point.
And you live to tell the tale.
I mean, there was too many witnesses around. If it wasn't a room full of fans, I probably, you know what, it was fans though, so he probably could have got away with it either way.
Right? We would have just said, yeah, that's great, good job. Now Chris says, let's get a match 221, Zeus versus Dr. Stevel.
No way, he kicked my butt. Steve would whoop me.
And if not, he'd find a way to cheat, to win.
I'd use my evil eye.
Right? Evil eye.
Evil eye.
Yeah.
Drop it and smash it.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for a second there, I thought you just pulled it right out of your head.
Oh, I know. I did that on Halloween to the kids. I was like, ah! And it was Zoom, so, But yeah. And that's what I see in my mind's eye.
Barack,
I don't know. It was the first picture that was on my roll when I was messing with the green screen.
Now, what's 2020 or 2021 got in store for Zeus Fleming?
Good question. Like I said, we internship at CHCH starting in February. Hopefully that leads into some full-time work. Yeah, exactly. Graduate hopefully this year. A couple credits behind because I thought it was smart to take a course called The Science of Superpowers. Don't do it unless you're actually a scientist.
Trying to get superpowers.
Well, no, I was trying to get superpowers, but I'm not a scientist.
But did it work?
Yeah. I become the Invisible Man. Just ask my children.
I can do it.
I become the Invisible Man. Just ask. Oh yeah. Well, you know how I make myself go invisible. I just put my profile on Tinder.
That's great. It's got to fix my wall.
It's like I'm invisible. Yeah, no. And then we've got the Autism Award fundraiser we want to work on for this April. We haven't got a set date or anything yet. It's not even a for sure thing yet. Still need to talk to some more celebrities and stuff like that.
Is it going to be a live thing where you get people to talk and donate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And get people to talk. We're going to try to get some skits put on there as well. Some more musicians. I don't know if you saw any of the musicals acts we had.
I saw some of them, yeah.
Yeah, we had Yelena Sangara, who's she got a PhD in music. She played at Carnegie Hall. She played Claire de Lune for us. It was pretty dope. We had Price the Boss, rapper from Toronto, come in, which was pretty awesome. And then we had an actor from the TV series Warrior, Rich Ting. He plays Bolo, which was, I don't know if you know Bolo from Bruce Lee movies, the early Bruce Lee movies. He was in the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies as well.
Okay.
Who he fought in Bloodsport, the big Chinese guy.
Oh,
that's who I interviewed. The guy that I interviewed plays him. He plays that character. But it's hard to explain. Bruce Lee wrote a story called Warrior, set in the early, I don't know, right after the Civil War. And he created a character named Bolo based on Bolo from all those Bruce Lee and Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. So I interviewed Richie Ting, who plays him. And dude, so awesome. And then I interviewed the stunt coordinator and director for that show. And Brett Chan, this guy, I'm telling you, he's going to be the next big action director because he's already directing everybody and everything. He was in The Last Samurai. He's just so good. Warrior got nominated as the best action sequence of 2020. And that was amongst all TV and movies. Wow. Yeah. So it was pretty dope. So we're going to talk to a few of them about coming back and get some more of the cast on and, going to try to get some more cast, more big name musicians and stuff. Put out some feelers and see what we can do and see if we can raise some money for Autism Niagara here.
For sure. And you still got your Ryan show or Zeus Fleming's all or Retchy. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan's All Things Geek is a website you've got, which you
Yeah.
post all really cool geek updates for movies and games and whatnot.
Yeah.
And your show is Rat G, like Ratty.
Yeah, Rat G. Ryan's All Things Geek, basically.
And when can we find it? When can the audience find it live?
That's usually every Saturday at 6 p.m. That's me and my buddy Steve, the Well and Wingnut. You can see him here over this shoulder here. He and I, geez, we've been friends since grade 2 or 3. So we used to actually do our own shows at my grandparents' house when we were in grade 4 or 5 on the dual cassette players, if you remember those. So we would have a little cassette player, and we would do our little radio bits and our little radio show, and here we are, almost 40 years later, and still going.
Wow, it's a heck of a friendship.
Yeah, man. So you can find us every Saturday at 6 o'clock on Ryan's All Things Geek on Facebook. You can find us on the YouTube channel as well, which is right up there. And Instagram, not so much. I post on there, but not so much the show. I'll go live every once in a while. And I know you follow us there. And I always post on my Zeus Fleming page if you're a friend of mine. Cool. If not, you can probably still follow me on there as a public page. I have a million friend requests though, and I don't take them all. I'm sorry. Don't think I'm an asshole. I couldn't make it through the rest of the show without swearing. But don't think it's not that. It's just there's a lot of people in there. Not a lot of people. Never meet your heroes, because I'm probably not the person you think I am. I probably post a little too liberal for you, or maybe I post a little too conservative. But yeah.
I know you as you, right? Your political beliefs, it's you. Like it's not what we talk about when we get together.
Oh, exactly.
Right. We talk about geeky stuff and wrestling, and that's why I'm your friend. Well,
and for me, it's just I've had a couple people that I've accepted from the Ryan's All Things Geek page that argue with me on my own page and shit, and I was like, I don't need that. No offense, and I've had some lovely friends from there, but no. Dave Dahlman, thank you. Just kidding. I'm not saying not to do it either. I'm just saying if I don't accept it, it's nothing against you or anything like that. It's just I want
There's a lot of people that you don't know.
Yeah, man. And I've got a family and stuff. So,
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for giving me this hour of your day to let us know what's happening with Ryan and tell us those cool stories.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on, and sorry for all the Canadianese that I've been speaking today. I really have to learn to stop swearing. So
yeah. Well, shit happens, right?
Fucking A.
You can't say fuck on this show, okay?
Damn it. Fuck. Oh, okay. All right. I'm done. I promise.
Oh, what do the Aussies say when they swear?
Oh, I can't say that one.
Really?
I have to see you next Tuesday. I can say that one, but I never even say that one on live, though.
Fair enough.
I like that word. I think it's funny as SHIT, but no, I'm talking.
Okay, for a rip.
Acre for a rip? Acre for a rip? Is that an Australian thing or
could be? He's a Canadian boy from Edmonton, so.
Oh, okay.
Karen likes the show. She's going to let me know if she liked it or not, really, but I'll find out.
Awesome.
And good luck with the school and internship.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And hopefully I get out west to see you soon. Yeah. And it is a Canadian thing, buddy. Oh,
gotcha. Okay, well, thanks a lot, man, and take care. And we'll see more of you on Zeus Fleming, and hopefully we can get back to the wrestling thing.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I can't wait. All the best to you, brother. Happy New Year's to everybody and to all your fans. I appreciate you. Lots of love.